move on then to disinformation and the censorship regime, because that has been celebrated this week at Cambridge University with the Cambridge Disinformation Summit, which they say is, quote, designed to convene global thought leaders to discuss research regarding the efficacy of potential interventions to mitigate the harms of disinformation. So try not to laugh. The summit had three core themes: new research on the harm disinformation causes, how legislators can regulate disinformation, and how information scientists and policymakers can improve threat awareness and resilience in today's geopolitical environment. These are their words, of course. But also on the agenda were how cryptocurrencies support exploitative actors, talks about disinformation as an instrument for authoritarianism, and quotes personal experience from within a conspiracy community. Now, the only person I know who is talking about personal experience from within a conspiratorial community is someone that people may be familiar with that works for the BBC. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Quite a number of the sessions were held under Chatham House rules. Okay, so we will never find out exactly what was discussed there. But let's look at this disinformation clown show. If we just put this back on screen here, and here is the circus, Disinfo's circus.
You've heard of Zippo's circus, Mike, that rolls into your local town or village, but this is Disinfo's circus. And
Excellent.
Here come the experts.
Here come the experts. Here they are. They will come here, there, but there they are. And look who's in the top right-hand corner there.
Well, that's Mariana Spring, isn't it? And flanked by Nina Jankovic in the middle, Elliot Higgins, and I forgot this chap from
let's just
Trust and Safety.
So we have Elliot Higgins, the CEO of Bellingcat. Bellingcat doesn't seem to be doing very much these days, but anyway.
I like the beard. He makes him look a lot more serious and a lot actually more masculine.
Okay, whatever you say. Mariana Spring, of course, who's the disinformation and social media correspondent at the BBC. Yoel Roth.
That's the one.
Vice President of Trust and Safety at Match Group. But what was he prior to that?
He worked under Jack Dorsey at the diabolical train wreck that was Twitter. And when the Twitter files came out and Elon bought the company, Yoel fled, unfortunately, running an absolute censorship farm there. Really, really dark moment in American tech free speech history. Yeah.
Yes. Nina Jankovic, as you say, CEO of the American Sunlight Project, whatever that is.
Worked on the Zelensky campaign.
Absolutely. And former executive director for the Disinformation Governance Board at the U.S. Department for Homeland Security for about 2 weeks. She was even rivaling Liz Truss for being in position. She
the lettuce, the rotten lettuce, head of lettuce. She actually got done by her own TikTok videos,
right? Which
was interesting.
And Alexander Vindman.
That's Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman to you, Mike. There he is, Mr. Russiagate himself.
Okay.
So these are all like kind of Ukraine-linked propagandists, quite a few of them.
So the conference was organised by Alan Jagalinzer, a professor of financial accounting at Cambridge Judge Business School. And he said disinformation research has been effectively defunded by the United States and now has to be conducted part-time and underground. This is one reason why our work is so important. And we've adopted a tagline that we, the global Summit community, are keeping the pilot light lit for evidence-based learning and inference, whatever that means. Now, he claims that disinformation drives geopolitical shifts and undermines democratic institutional stability, increasing the risks of terrorism and increasing the ability to marginalize targeted communities, supporting forced human migration, and increasing the likelihood of violent and global conflict. So there you go.
Can I translate very quickly what he just said? I'll put this in English, Mike. He's talking about threats to the narrative, and he's talking about resilience against threats to the narrative, resilience against the truth, resilience against facts. This is complete or inverted Orwellian newspeak here.
Right. Well, in the meantime, Ofcom has rolled out the next set of rules for its censorship regime following the illegal online harms framework a couple of weeks ago, which saw the shutdown of many small forums online. The latest codes of practice claim to protect children and designing them. Ofcom says that it has heard from over 27,000 children and 13,000 parents, alongside a consultation involving industry, civil society, charities, and child safety experts. And they say that they're demanding a safety-first approach to how tech firms design and operate their services in the UK, including safer feeds, safer data feeds, effective age checks, fast action to review, assess and tackle harmful content, undefined, more choice and support for children, and easier reporting of complaints, strong governance, and so on. And if companies fail to comply with their new duties, Ofcom has the power to impose fines and, in serious cases, they say, apply for a court order to prevent the site or app from being available in the UK. Of course, that latter sanction demonstrates the dangers inherent in having a lack of diversity and competition for app stores on Android and Apple platforms, where you've only got one app store effectively on each of those. It's very easy to create a sort of great firewall with respect to some of these apps. And of course, strong age checks means identity checking and so on, most likely digitally, and so on. So